Starting live video. Here we are, ladies, hello, and welcome to a rather miserable day in London. I'm just getting up your questions because I saw that you've written a few, and if I could find my glasses, which I had, Fleur is with me and I've now lost my glasses. What's new? Oh, there. Okay. Hi, ladies. Hello. Okay, I'm going to start off with my glasses because you always ask me about my glasses and what they are. And Fleur, you know, there, have a look, which I get from this Danish brand, and they are number...
Type B.
Type B. So if you want to look nerdy like me, go for Type B. Okay. Hello. Natalie, first one in, and Kathy, and Preeti. Is it Preeti? Hello. I'm going to just start with some of the questions. So the winners of the competition we have, and oh my God, do we have their names here? We don't have names here because Victoria has them. Okay, I'm going to give it to you on Thursday. I've chosen the winners, and there were 3 lovely women who gave wonderful reasons why their family members should have them or friends. So I will announce them on Thursday, but I've sent the things to them already. So the ladies who've got the things, please, maybe you've already got it and you'll say thank you. I got it, but we'll see. So that's that. Hair colorist, I go and see lovely Carmen at John Frieda, and she's having a baby soon, which is amazing, but it means that she's going to have me with somebody else. I have spent many years going back and forth in different London hairdressers, and I found great ones everywhere, but my headspace changes, so I then end up changing to a new one. So to give advice is tricky. I think the most important thing when you're choosing a new hairdresser is that you sit down and you really have a sense. Hello everybody, hello, we're back on Monday Musings. I feel autumn is in the air, but it's really nice back. I think I'm going to make it 6 p.m, always this slot. And then you know when I'm on, and it's like, tune in. So, hairdressers. I generally always want a hairdresser to understand my skin colour and hair colour and eye colour and what I like and what I don't like. And I think the most important thing with a hairdresser is you speak the same language. So I always say to my hairdresser, I'm too red. And their idea of red and mine is somewhat different. So taking in pictures of descriptions of colours that you would like to be, to take in a picture, say, I really like this colour. And if you see somebody's hair colour you like, think, do I have the same skin tone as them? And would it work? Because there's no point me thinking I want to be Cameron Diaz, because I would be really bad in a cool blonde. I need more warmth in my skin. So anyway, thank you, Judy. That's very sweet of you. Hello, everybody. Hello, Lucci. Hello, Adele, Gaul, Sarah, everybody. Hello. I'm sorry I can't call you all out because what I want to do is answer some more of your questions. So, and then we'll go on to make questions. And I've got some really interesting product things I want to talk to you about. Can I do a shopping spree with mine and my TRINNY tried for us? Yes! I think this is an excellent idea. So, what I've decided is next Thursday, I'm going to start. So, you know where I go. It's usually Oxford Street or the King's Road. And I'm taking nominations of people you think that you would like me to take shopping. It will be a sort of a 15-minute shopping moment in my 45 minutes when I'm doing the shop up. But I'm really excited to do that, and I think it's a really great idea, and it will be a chance for me to meet some of you. So let's try and do one of those a week, and those people have 15 minutes. So yes, loving that. Okay, and some of you now know I shop in the King's Road Zara, so I do bump into a few of you there. Do you know a good hairdresser in King's Road, Duke of York Square? Suzanne I do, which is one I went to for years, which is Richard Ward. And there's some wonderful people there. There's a lady, Karen, there, who cut my hair for many, many years. There's an incredibly good hair colorist. Actually, I do all know all these people, called Mario and Adam. Adam's very good at blondes. Mario, I think, is good at brunettes. And it's right by Duke of York's. Hello, Liz from Dubai. I hope you've got better weather. And Maggie, hi. Thank you, Maggie. I think it's a good idea. Okay, quickly going through these. Have I tried Miranda Kerr's Cora range? I haven't. I will put it on my list. Whenever you all recommend things, I put them on the list. Could you suggest a mid-range retinol cream? I would say mid-range. Everyone has a different mid-range. The Ordinary do have interesting retinol products that they have on their range. And NIOD, which I'm going to discuss today, their copper product, is the expensive version of Deciem. And they kind of, the product's expensive, they vary between 30 and £100. But I don't know if they have a retinol product. Let me see. Caroline Heron's was very good. If you look back to when she came into Facebook and did a Monday Musings with me, she brought out 5 really good retinol products, and they were all different price ranges. So look through that, scroll down Facebook and you'll find it. And I think I did a link also in my blog. Thank you so much for your comments about Paris. That really helps me. I want things to do with Lila. She's all done actually an itinerary for me already. I love my daughter. Have I tried any of the e.l.f. primers? I haven't. I'm going to put them on the list. Sisley. I love Sisley, Mary Lavery. It's one of my favourite ranges. It is an expensive range. It's, you know, it's kind of, it sits for me between the balance of totally organic and really clever ingredients, so that I love their Sizzler day and night cream, and I've been using it a bit at the moment, and it's a fantastic when you want to take one product away with you day or night. That's actually what I take when I don't take my whole regime. And the Black Rose Mask I love, and also I used in the summer, they have something, a leg oil, and it was for when you've got heavy legs. It was brilliant. Elemis, now I'm going to try their marine cream. I've got the quite expensive one for Elemis, and I'll tell you what I think about that. I haven't used. What would I recommend on a student budget, Sarah, is The Ordinary. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. They have nearly every category of product you could wish for if you want scientific ingredients. I'll go through 2 of them today as well. Thank you, Martha, about my hair. And they're really good. Vegan and cruelty-free. Okay, I will look at that, Charlotte. Now, very quickly, facial oil or moisturizer for a 21-year-old who's had a course of Roaccutane. You've got sensitive skin if you've had Roaccutane, and you definitely need something with SPF in it because you're still going to have that vitamin A working. And I remember when I finished my course of Roaccutane, I had to do a quite high SPF. So, God, I'm trying to think of a good basic SPF, sort of SPF 30 or 50. Heliocare, I mean, I would do that as a moisturizer as well because it's quite hydrating. And I think it's more important that you get you can have an oil and then put that on top. Yes, I would do that. Weleda products from Paris. What Weleda products from Paris? I mean, I love all of them. Sisley's concealer, I don't rate. I rate their skincare much more than their makeup. But maybe somebody else mentioned the Sisley concealer, so I might have to go back. Can you put that on our list, Fleur? Yeah. And we'll have a look. All right, let me just see here. I'm trying to answer both of you from both. Oh, come on. What am I looking at? Here. I've got more here. Can you see any more comments, darling?
Yeah. Julie is asking, do you know how to get rid of whiteheads? What are the best ways?
Whiteheads, well, I think that, what face masks are, you know, I got to get started on with products. Whiteheads, if you mean those little, there's a funny name for them and they kind of never come up to a proper spot. They never have black on them or red. I think you need to look at microneedling and things that get rid and unclog pores, decongestants. But I'm going to start with an amazing mask, which I'm just going to put on again. I've actually had it on a bit, but I'm going to put it on again because I need to describe to you the smell of this mask. And then we'll go back to some questions. So I'm going to very quickly tell you about this. This is Hannes, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Hannes Dottier there. And I've tried it twice, and I want to tell you exactly the ingredients in it, because it has so much sea kelp, but it's a very good decongestant. And sometimes I don't decongest my skin, but my face can sometimes be a bit inflamed and bloated, and that's usually just because I eat too much sugar. So I tried this. The smell is truly disgusting, and it's kind of sticky like that, okay? And it's got, I think it's got some honey in it too. It's £79. Now, I'm not giving you the cheapest mask at the moment because I have been talking a lot about the Charlotte Tilbury sheet mask and Annette de Gasse sheet mask, the rubber mask from Korea, but I love a mask. And if you don't want to go to a facialist, sometimes doing a really good exfoliation at home and then doing a mask and then doing a facial oil could be the same price as going to have somebody who might not be experienced in your skin giving you a facial. So I hardly ever go and have facials anymore. I might go and have my PRPs or some laser treatment, or, you know, the vampire face, you know, the putting the plasma back in your skin with the Dracula thing. But I don't really go and have a classic facial. So it's worth investing in incredibly good masks. I do believe that, because there are times when we're in the privacy of our own home and we think to ourselves, oh my God, I'm going out tonight, I feel yucky, and there's no way you can go and see somebody, or your budget doesn't let you have it. So this mask is really working with the sea kelp. And sea kelp is something that it's sort of more nutritious than a seaweed. But I remember when I used to be about 8 or 9 and I stayed with my grandmother in Brighton, and she had very inflamed knees. She had water on the knee or something, but she would go and sit, whatever the weather, on the stones in the pebbles, and I had to go and sit with her and get the seaweed and put it on her knees. And I always remember from that moment this smell, which I can smell, the sea kelp, it's the seaweed. It just took away her inflammation. I literally saw she piled so much on. It's like an anthill. And you could see one knee from the other. It was like a sort of before and after surgery. So I did try this earlier today, but I'm putting it on again for you now, just so you can see the sort of structure of it. But you leave it on for about 10 minutes, and then you start to get a bit of water and you just exfoliate your skin. And it does tingle, and I love a bloody tingle. So you can do that. Questions on Fleur? Let's do some questions. Yes.
Leslie Bishop is asking,
Hi, Leslie.
do you have any tips to combat greasy eyelids?
Greasy eyelids, well, greasy eyelids, that's a random one. I would say, some people do have greasy eyelids. I think using powder-based, I'd sort of say yes, use powder-based eyeshadows, but before that place, I would put on something like a pore minimizer or a product that's going to absorb the oil. So I've got, actually I'll tell you what could be quite good to use is, and I've talked about this before, but Feel Good from Benefit just absorbs oil, and it's a kind of weird wax thing, but if you put it on, it would mattify without burying your pores, and I think that might be a good solution. Eye primer, well, I mean, you could put on eye primer. I sort of feel they're a waste of money for most people, eye primers, but you know, why don't you put on a normal primer? Why does it have to be an eye primer? A primer you put on your face, that's kind of preparing your face for makeup, so put a bit on above your eye. That's what I'd say. Okay, I'm going to take this off now because it's really smelling, but it's, actually, well, you'll see the effect in a second. More questions, Fleur.
Linda's saying that she intends to use cloth face masks for the first time, and she has very sensitive combination skin. Which would you recommend?
Cloth face masks. Oh, you mean like the dry sheet?
Yeah.
I find they both tingle. Like the Charlotte Tilbury one tingles. But I think it's all right for sensitive skin. I'm trying to think if there are any active ingredients that would really, be irritating. There are many bad sheet masks around. I need to look at some more before I can answer the question fully for you. But I would say I put it on with Lila because she wanted to try it, and her skin was all right. So, you know, the rubber masks from Korea, though, her skin really reacted. So she's very good sensitive skin trying for me. Okay, now I've done that. I'm now going to go on to 2 new things that I'm very excited by, and then we'll go on to some more questions. I have thought for ages, do I need to use any copper-based products? So a copper amino isolate. And there are 2 or 3 companies who do these products, and I went again to the Deciem shop and had a very nice chat with a lady there, and I was saying, look, I've seen in NIOD. Now NIOD is one of the Deciem, which is that over company that owns Hylamide and The Ordinary and NIOD. So NIOD's the most expensive of their ranges. And I said, why use copper? I don't understand why to use copper. And I was researching a bit, and I do know that as we go older, we have a depletion of a certain sort of plasma in our skin, and copper re-energizes and reactivates. That's such a good word, isn't it? You see reactivates on skincare and you think, I want to buy it. But reactivates that. So I think for women who are facing signs of aging, this is something I want to add to my routine. Now, NIOD do different strengths. They do a 1% and they do a 5%. Of course, which one did I buy? The 5%. But you can start with 1%. But my skin is very used to things because I have a lot of products on it. So I felt confident that I could start with 5%. And what she said to me is use the bottle when the bottle runs out, or use it for a week, but then the bottle will run out, and then go back to 1%. So I've started last few days. It is blue, bright blue, but then you know what happens to pipes. So you take a few drops like that and just rub it in. Now, do I feel a tingle? Yes, I smell, it smells slightly of rust, but it's something that as another layer to my skincare routine adds on layers, but I'm thinking I could do this. But when I tried it before, I tried this and then I put my vitamin C over it because I always feel vitamin C is the first thing you put on. But then this woman was saying to me, and I'm going to try it, with copper, it's got to be the first thing on a clean skin so the vitamin C even will go over it. So I'm going to try that into my routine. I'm going to do this vitamin C, but I'm going to go on a lower dosage of vitamin C because I feel the copper is quite strong. And if I do a too high a dose of vitamin C, it could be really a bit tricky. But the things that are in it that are important for us to remember. So I just want to say this thing which I read, which I really liked. No. Well, let's just, the bottom line is collagen production. Now, I'm now going to put on, because I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not going to put it on top. Shanna, I know no vitamin C and copper together. I think you're right with it. But then it's when I put on the copper. So I'm going to see if I put on in the morning or the night. The Ordinary has brought out a new vitamin C product, and quite a few asking of a good price range vitamin C. Now, they used to have a 23% vitamin C, and it had no silicone in it, but it was quite grainy. I don't know how many of you tried it. And this one has a little bit of silicone in it, but not a huge amount. It's a small amount, but silicone kind of decreases the strength of vitamin C, dilutes it. And so that's why the 30% is quite high, because the silicone is coming in. But what the silicone does is obviously it makes it a far less grainy journey. So when you put it on, it really rubs in very well. Now, what's interesting with this vitamin C, I always put vitamin C on in the morning. So if I'm using my SkinCeuticals, I think what I will probably do is use my SkinCeuticals in the morning and try this at night. And I will try it in conjunction. I've been trying for the last month a very, very good vitamin C, very different price point. So this Ordinary one is, Fleur, can you remember? £4.95. £4.95. So entry level point price, pure ingredients. Hello Nicola. And this one, much more expensive, which is, darling, the DC, I can't read my glasses, DCL, £108. Now this has 30%. This doesn't have, it doesn't have silicone in it, but it goes on beautifully, and it's something you put on at night. It's a high potency night vitamin C. Not much graining to it. I have been using it for the last month and I love it. It's a fantastic product. But if you're thinking, whoa, that's a fortune, I think this is a good alternative, and I would use this vitamin C at night, and actually on the website for The Ordinary, which is so difficult to read, but you finally get down to the 13th page on something and it would say best use at night, and I agree for this kind of context. Okay, all right, a few questions.
Gina is saying that she suffers from perimenopausal skin breakouts that take forever to heal and leave marks. Do you have any advice?
Darling, I so know the feeling. It's so irritating. I mean, I've spoken a lot about perimenopausal, menopausal breakouts, which are caused entirely by our hormones going. So I do think it's very important to get your estrogen, progesterone and testosterone checked, see what's high or low, and maybe are you in a position yet where one of them is really lacking, so you need to go and get some biodynamic hormones or whatever path you choose to take. But then once they're there and they're pulsating, it's about, to me, because they're not spots caused by bad food or diet, they're spots caused by hormones. So I feel they're spots that never come out and have a white pussy bit. They're generally red throbby things, and I believe they're helped by massage. And one thing that leads me well into, and I've got to turn my thing down here because you're going to have to look at my legs now. So, you know how much I love a Derma Roller. And I have the one I've used for ages, which is from, I'll show you first because it's not very expensive. It's called Mystique de Beauty or something. But it's this one, and if you look at any of my posts on TRINNY London, I mention this one a lot. It's very nice. It's titanium, which is a really good metal to use. Hello. And it's been my friend for ages, and I take 0.5 as a needle. Now, I found this company, which is called Swiss Clinic, and it's actually probably been around for ages, but it only recently came to my attention because I was looking for body products, and the Glow company did a body and a face one, but more companies now are doing body and face. Let me just say, somebody is saying there about the vitamin C ordinary. I love going off track. Feels a greasy film on my skin. I've no experience of vitamin C product. I just don't know which one, Emily, you're using, if you're using the one I've just talked about or the earlier one. I think this one does sink in, but I just don't know. I think it's very important to exfoliate. Any product with a strong ingredient, really exfoliate your skin first so that it's not your cleanser that's got a residue on it before you're putting in your vitamin C that's actually not letting it penetrate. Just a point. It might be relevant to you, it might not. So, the Swiss Clinic, which was started in 2000, and small needles, 0.5. Is 0.5 or 0.2? 0.2. So this is like the baby needle brigade. This is, if you want to start needling, £42. I'm sure my other was 12, but you know, beautiful Japanese steel and a lighter needle. So the most important things with any kind of rolling is two things. Put a great serum on first that you want to penetrate more. So I've just put the copper in. So I might put it on, and this is my usual routine. I'll go crisscrossing, so I'll go up and down and side to side. It's very gentle. This I can really press hard, and it's not going to make much difference, but it's a good start. Anyway, you have scarring. Needling will really help with scarring, and also the lady was asking about spots. I think if you can clean your skin incredibly well, do needling, and then put on products that are going to decongest your skin, like the mask, decongesting mask. Really just keep it clean, keep the blood flowing so it doesn't block the pore. It will help your perimenopausal spot problem. So I'm going to do the other side. And when you're doing it, make sure you're on it and you don't sort of tear your skin by just moving the needle. You've got to do it and lift it. Do it and lift it. And then on the forehead, like that, I usually go across. I do especially areas. Oh, okay, sorry you're running late, Teresa. Nice to catch you live, yes. And then I go, so here I get frown lines, even though I've done Botox. When I wake up in the morning, I'll get that kind of line there. So just go and focus on areas where you think you're a little bit lined. And you know what I started doing? I don't know how many of you think that your eyes, you know, how much of the products you put on your face or don't get onto your upper eyelid, which is quite sensitive, thin skin, but I feel needs some stimulation. So I will actually do that and stimulate.
Michelle is asking you to recommend a gentle but not gritty scrub for the face.
A gentle, not gritty scrub for the face. Yes! What's your budget? Okay, gentle, not gritty. I love this. RODIN. Sorry if you can't read it. It's RODIN. There. It's back to front. RODIN. And this is made of jasmine. It's a facial cleansing powder. You put it on. It's a dry powder. There we go. And then you rub it in with a bit of water and it becomes a paste. It's brilliant. If you can't afford that, because that's quite expensive, but it lasts quite a long time, Another one I really like is Dermalogica. And that's a daily micro exfoliant. Similar thing, it's a powder. Oh, it's a powder. And you put it on and you rub it with water and it becomes a paste. Those are really nice, gentle exfoliators before you get on to the tough big boys like Dr. Lancer. So I'm going to continue this and stimulating. I'd also do a lot above my lip line because, as you know, I smoke a bit. But I just stimulate. And the lips, don't forget, these are bits on our face. They're so obviously there and they age. You know, our lips age and above our eyes ages. So give them some stimulation. And this is a really gentle roller. It comes with a serum. Now, let me just get the serum. Oh, yes, also, vitamin C, I want to talk to you. Oh, I found an old friend the other day, another vitamin C I have to tell you about. Okay, I'm going to put it on now.
Sarah is asking if needling helps with a saggy neck.
Oh, yes! Forgot the neck. It's one of the best things. It's very difficult to treat a neck because a neck's got to be AEIOU, you know, doing that kind of facial massage techniques. And when I was with the lovely Victoria, who was on Facebook Live with me a few weeks ago, she had some fantastic massage techniques we went through together. Some are very good for the neck, so look at that. But rolling on the neck, really good. I would do it 2 or 3 times a week. If you feel your neck is in a bit of trouble, then stimulate it. All right, now, I'm random here. Good evening, Gillian. Good evening. Good evening, Levy. So, my very, very first vitamin C was Jan Marini. And I don't know how many of you ever used her products, but I used a mixture of BioClear, which was, if they still make it, somebody, can I just say, the lady who said about the menopausal skin, try adding to your routine BioClear from Jan Marini if you can get it, because when I was going through my really spotty period, it helped me so much, and it is a slight evening glycolic, but the one good thing about Jan Marini is they're put in very easy to absorb kind of base ingredients and thereby very good for sensitive skin. So this siesta, so vitamin C comes in many different forms, but when it's in siesta, it actually is better for a sensitive skin. So if you're looking for a vitamin C, look for one that says siesta. And this also has in it, and I don't know if I'm going to, it doesn't say it on it, but it used to have on it DMAE, and it's a nutrient we make in our brain, and it actually, it's sort of things like anchovies and sardines have it, but it helps with the signs of aging. But I just want to show you, it comes out orange, but you just put it on, hardly any tingling, and it's got a very nice smell. Got it. You know when you used a cream for a long time and it's so nostalgic? I'm getting that feeling now. But because I've done the needling, I'm feeling it, and that's what needling does. It absorbs. And the Swiss clinic, I call them Swiss company, Swiss clinic, they say in their kind of, you know, marketing speak, it will let products absorb 300% more. So if you have any old serum but it has some good active ingredients, when you roll, you draw blood. You are so doing it too hard, Laurie. Really. I mean, your needle might be 0.5, because 0.5, I can draw blood when I'm intentionally wanting to draw a little bit of blood, which might be once a month. And I'll do it around my lip lines. And I'll get little tingles and they'll go away again whenever I get it done professionally. So if I, once or twice a year, I might get a very nice woman, Dr. Rabia, to do a 1% needle depth, millimeter needle depth, centimeter, I don't, but it's much stronger, and she will draw blood, but it will go. But I wouldn't really want to be drawing blood myself at home, so I try and avoid that. Now, this is the good news. They have one for the body, and they have a serum to put the body in afterwards. So how many, can I just talk you through? Sorry, I just want to show you very quickly. My dressing gown, which I got from Zara Home. Linen, navy and white stripe. I love it. It's so nice. Matching pajamas. I went mad at Zara Home on the weekend. But I put the dressing gown on so you can actually see when I do. Hang on, let me just get this. Sorry, I've sellotaped to my, let me just do that like that. And do that. I want you to see the body stuff I'm just about to do. Oh, hang on. Okay, so Here is, oh shit, that was good, wasn't it? Oh no, have I broken it? Oh my god, shit. Hold on. No, I can't have broken it. That would be just a disaster. Oh no, I haven't. All right. So this is 0.5. 0.5 is the one I usually do on my face, but they're sort of saying use 0.5 on your body. I think they want to be very careful when you're just sending, you know, through the post needles. You have to be very responsible. But they have, interestingly, a serum, which has some very nice ingredients in it, which I'm going to tell you because I've been using it for a few days and I'm kind of loving it. The serum's expensive though, but anyway, it has this thing called coralina, and coralina prevents fat cells forming. So what they are saying is that you use it at night and it will help to break down, so the kind of physical exertion of doing the needling on areas. Can I go down enough and show you? I don't know how much I want to show you, but let's just look at sort of doing it on our thigh. All right, so this is what I would do. I would needle first, so there I'm getting a leg up. Needle first, and when you needle on your body, just go for it, you know? I mean, you won't be drawing blood, please, but I needle especially areas where I age on my body, like my knees. So I do have knees that talk to each other. I've talked a lot about how they'll move and talk to each other. So I've been needling for about a week on my knees, and I'm doing it every other day. I'm going for it, just to see if I get a different change in my skin, and I'm doing just my left leg. So within 2 weeks, I'll be able to tell you, am I noticing much of a difference? But I needle away, and also weirdly on my foot. I know this sounds odd, but I feel I want to stimulate. Then a brush, broad strokes up and down on my leg, and I do also under my arms here. And then the serum goes on here, like that. Smells fine, bit tingly. It's got a bit of mint in it for sure. But you can feel it penetrate, and now the needling has occurred. That product is going in better. So I'll see how it goes. I find it exciting. I do think that we can sometimes forget about the body. But whilst I'm on body, any other burning questions whilst I'm getting to my body stage?
Yeah, Caroline is asking if you think the roller will irritate rosacea.
I think, Caroline, you have to be careful with rosacea. Oh, I feel that serum tingle on my leg. Because it depends how strong your rosacea is, and I think there are some very good products for rosacea, and I always recommend Trilogy's rosehip oil. So if you needled a bit on your face and then put something like the rosehip oil in, something that really penetrates and help your rosacea, I don't know. I don't have rosacea, but you could try one side of your face and do it with a gentle needle and see how you go. But I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone, I know, Emma, I want to know if it works after 2 weeks. It's my left leg. Everything's reversed on Facebook Live. It's my left leg, okay? All right, now I went to AESOP. AESOP, how do I pronounce it? In Shoreditch, where our office is sometimes. They have a lovely little shop there. And AESOP's been going for so many years that I kind of, know it's there, and I usually don't go anywhere near it. And I just thought, actually, I want to go and check out some of their things. So I've got in lots of samples to try because I don't want to spend too much money. But the 3 things I love, and I said this on Instagram for those of you following, poo drops. I have to talk about poo drops. Exquisite smell, done a movement, it smells too much. These poo drops, put in the loo, flush the loo, and you have a wonderful smelling loo, which has nothing to do with your poo. And what a great present. Many of you on Instagram said, I've given them as a present. Housewarming present. Hey, welcome to your new home. So that, adore. And then this I love. Now, gommage exfoliant. You're exfoliating your body, I exfoliate my body many different ways. Oh, where's my dry brush? 1 second. Did you see the big brush? Yes, there. Okay. We're still on the body. How many of you do dry brushing? Because I did it for years and I stopped, and then I started again. And dry brushing, whenever I've done it, I got into a habit of doing it actually in Scandinavia, because when I was filming there, I would always be put in a hotel which had lots of saunas, and I'd go in and those ladies all dry brush before, you know, when they're in the sauna. And they all have incredible skin, Scandinavian, so there's got to be something in it. So I thought I'm going to get back into my dry brushing. Now, dry brushing has to be done certain ways for it to really work, because the whole thing of a dry brushing is that you're getting your lymphatic system to work again and to all go towards your heart, and not to brush hard, because this is not exfoliating, this is getting your lymphatic system moving to get rid of your toxins. That's kind of the concept behind dry brushing. So when you do it, don't do it on wet skin, do it on damp skin, and you just brush. So I will, you know, I don't know if you can hang on. So there's quite a few of you are dry brushing, I hope. Okay, so there, dry brush, and just always, just gently like that, and then just go up to your heart. So wherever you are in your body, feel you're going to your heart. I have my lovely cellulite man, Julio, who I've talked about over the years, and he always, one stage of his cellulite treatment is dry brushing. So just dry brush, stimulate it, and then you'll go in the shower and you'll come out and your skin will be a little bit red, but that's just a stimulation, and then dry brushing that way, up towards the heart like that. I don't do the décolleté so much because I think the brushes are quite rough. But I'm starting this again, and I've been doing it for a few weeks since actually I went on holiday, and I had a bit of time to think of what's my new routines going to be. So dry brushes unite, not an expensive product. I got mine from Bath Bat, and then after you've dry brushed, if you want to exfoliate, I am loving this AESOP exfoliator. It's leaf body scrub. It's got some pumice in it, and it's got geranium, which I really, really like. But when you put it on, I'll just put some on for you. It's kind of pumice-like. Do you see? Pumice-like. But it's a great consistency. It's really scrubby. Can you hear the scrubbiness? And the smell that's released. It's the best rose geranium. It's not too sweet. It's got something slightly woody in it too, I think. Let me just see what else got on it. No, just, oh, it's the leaf though. It's not the flower. That's why it's not so sweet. Philip, hi, boys. You see, I knew there'd be something for you. Well, there's everything for you boys. Do you notice I say boys now too? So really just scrub. And I usually, when I scrub, for those of you who don't body scrub, by the way, this is, I haven't said any prices for anything, it's £25. The roller was 42, and I'll put them all up after. So, where was I? Yes, my final product from AESOP, which I really liked, is the hand wash. Now, you can have any old hand wash. Anyone else sat watching with a face mask on? I think that's fantastic. Which one are you wearing, Anthony? That's what I want to know. Yes, there is everything for the boys. Hello, boys. So this is such a simple thing, but I don't like having hard hands, and I don't do much manual labour, but sometimes the inside of my hands don't feel that soft. And when you touch somebody, that's the bit that you're touching and you want to feel is soft. They have a wonderful wash for, hand wash, but it has in it a little exfoliation. So when you just wash your hands, there's that gentle bit of exfoliation. And you know who told me about this? Is Federica, who's now growing in our company. She's now project manager, head of lots of things, operations really, head of operations. But the smell of this scrub is delicious because I don't like sweet smells, and it smells of wood, and it's got, which woods has it got in it? If Federico could tell me. Okay, I'm going to tell you from the bottle. Oh yes, bergamot, but there's something else in it. Petit grain vetiver bergamot. Delicious! And you just do a little, you know, wash your hands and exfoliate at the same time. It's a 2-in-1, and I really like that. My hands are so soft. Fleur, feel that hand. Feel that hand. Stunning. Fleur's sitting there, she's like so overwhelmed by all of you people. Anyway, yes, it's everything voice. Okay, and you hate sweet sauce too, Wendy, I know, I'm fine. This hand soap, delicious. Now, how much is it? Let me just tell you. It's £27, but That'll last you a year, unless you're filthy. So worth getting. And such a nice present, really. Just delicious, delicious. Okay, what else did I have on my little list here that I was going to? Any other questions?
Valerie's asking, what do you think of cupping for the face and the body?
I have done everything in my time. And I did once, when I was trying to have a baby after I had Lila, go and see a very mad lady called Dr. Nonna Brenner in Austria, in Bad Fuschel. And she did many things, including leeches. I won't even go there, that's for another day. But she did cupping. And what I found, I mean, the leeches, okay, she put them, you know, where my ovaries were, and they had names. She get these leeches, and they had names, and there was just like, hey, little Freddy, go and suck the toxins out of TRINNY. You can't imagine. You do lots of things trying to have a baby. But I was digressing. So she did cupping on me, but what I found is my memories of Nonna Brenner are because for about a year I had the shape of the cup because she cupped so strongly, and it took to my skin so much. So I think with cupping, whether it works for you or not, and I think it's kind of, they all do something. They all do something. But you've got to be prepared for that Gwyneth Paltrow moment. And those leeches on my belly button, I still have two little marks from their teeth, and this is like 12 years ago. So, you know, it's everything for you that you might need. All right, okay, where am I? Yes, yes, lots of times you ask me about a great moisturizer, just a good moisturizer, and I realised how much I've loved this. Now, I haven't talked to you about this, which is ROYALE, and it's their Stem Cell Magic Gel. God knows what's in it, many ingredients. It's not a huge, it's a mid-range. It's like sort of 40, how much is this product? It's not cheap, but it was like, I was thinking it would be a £90 product, and it's not. Anyway, we did have it, didn't we, darling?
Yeah, I'll search it.
Yeah, she'll search it. But 10-in-1 hydrator, what I love here, for an 8-hour sleep effect. Ooh, stem cell technology. I mean, 3 words, you think, wow. Now,
£55.
£55. So as I've said many times, unless you go and have a medical doctor give you Ractane or things, all these things are short-term effects. But the combination of using tools and product and helping the product really penetrate, and using cosmeceutical companies where you can, whether it's the Ordinary or other ones, where they really try and give you strong ingredients, is great. But sometimes I just want a lovely moisturizer. Thoughts, please. What's Anna's thoughts on Magic Cream? Oh, Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. It's great. I mean, it's kind of like, it's like Pond's Cream, and Embryolisse had a baby with a beautiful smell, and it's very easy to put on. Smells good. So I think it's a lovely product. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the stem cells. So can I just say, I hate these containers. I have one for a cleanser as well because they're tricky. You know, it's tricky. And I don't know if it's meant to be hygienic, but I find it tricky. Because you kind of like, it's like, am I going to do that? Or am I going to do one finger? No. Okay. Aside from that, this smell, you know this smell. One of you asked earlier about the M&S range. And what's interesting is the M&S range, every product smells the same. It's like the Boots No. 7 range, every product smells the same. And ROYALE is similar because it has that kind of smell. It's like, I wonder if they make them all in the same factory. I mean, I'm sure they don't. But all I'd like to say is this is a very nice textured product, and I've put it on at night. And if you couldn't afford, actually, let's make this comparison. Sizzlia Day and Night Cream, the most beautiful day and night cream. You know, that thing I want, one product to use all the time. And this sells itself as a day and a night cream. So this is an alternative for less than half the price of the Sizzlia one. Different ingredients, does different things, but in terms of how it leaves your skin and giving it a bit of a glow, giving it hydration, making you feel nurtured, easy to apply apart from the bloody pot. I do like it a lot, and I've been using it and going back to it, and I just hadn't told you about it. So Now, because I've just realised something, and I hate to say this to you, but because Victoria and Chloe away, Fleur is not that confident about the blog. Are you, Fleur?
No.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a very basic blog, because I don't even know if she knows WordPress. So we might just post onto Facebook. I think you might have to watch this film again and wait till tomorrow, because Chloe will get back and she can upload it. So it won't come till tomorrow night. Stem cell redial. Okay. I think that's it, because soon I've got to go and have my supper. Now, what's the name of the purple cream? That I said it. Did you hear it, darling? Sorry, Kiki.
It's ROYALE Magic Cream. Stem
Cell Magic Gel. Okay. What's somebody saying? What do you think of rose water for the face? I'm using it right now. I am using, it's not here, Dr. John Masters, or I think it's Dr. John Masters. I might got the name totally wrong. Rose oil, rose water for the face. And I'm kind of, you know, what I might do is I might do 2 or 3 days in a row. I might do a kind of like the Biologique Rechargé toner, or I might do Frances Prenner-Jones 2003 formula, which is a kind of similar AHA kind of toner. And then some days I give myself a break, and when I give myself a break I use the Trilogy Rose Water Spray. That's the one. Beautiful. I got it at Whole Foods. And otherwise I use Santa Maria Novella, which is the Italian pharmacy in Florence, where they have one little shop in London. 2 actually now. They had one in Piccadilly, because I got it from Piccadilly. And they have a rose water toner, which is exquisite. So exquisite. And the bottle is so beautiful. And sit in your bath and you'll go, oh, that's divine. Dear Trini, thanks so much for the Zara trip. Yes. You got the gold sequin jacket. Fantastic. I've got so many Zara things I want to show you from the nightwear department, but I haven't had time. And I feel now, what time is it? Oh my God, I've been on 45 minutes. Anyway, ladies, what have we got to talk about? We've got to talk about this Thursday. I'm going to do a rail of clothing that I'm going to be giving away. I mean, literally. But what I need you to do in return is I need you to start to think of how you can, one really great lady already put up a dress she didn't want and she's thinking about swapping. And I looked at lots of swapping sites, and I think that swapping sites have merit, but we could think of another way we could do it, because you don't want to make it too complicated. And I was just thinking, if you all post up things that are really gorgeous, that you talk honestly about, and you can just chat to each other, just use my area as a forum in which to get in touch with each other if you'd like them. But to kind of get the whole process going, I'm going to be dissecting myself of, dissecting, no, I'm not dissecting, I'm going to be divesting myself. Divesting? Divesting, Fleur? Divesting myself of some old friends and some mistakes, because everyone makes mistakes. Have a lovely evening. Send you my love, and I'll see you Thursday.